Like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everyone. What's up? No, no, show me. Let me see. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
The motherfucker that was filming was there.
Yeah.
See how they ran up when they called you? They ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. They don't. They don't. You ain't supposed to be doing all that, I guess. But anyway, this is SP Hustle Hard. Like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Please, most importantly, please share. Yeah, we outside. We getting to a few pointers today. Good vibe. Labor Day weekend, having a good time, just chilling, drinking, vibing, resting up for the next long week of work, 9 to 5 in it. Yeah. But how's everyone feeling? I know a lot of people is feeling some type of way about Trump administration, talking about sending the National Guards and all up into Chicago, you know, to help curb a lot of things that's going on there. So the mayor of Chicago was like, "We don't want you. We don't want your help. We don't want them. We don't want the armored trucks and all that going on in here in our community." And since he's been in office, yeah, the homicide, murder rate, and the crime has went down a little bit. But my thing is this: I understand a lot of people saying, "Well, why he don't send him to the clans and all?" Why he don't send him out there?
Why?
Because I'm glad you said that. Because
why has the KKK never caught a RICO heist?
All right, and you know what? I agree with you. I agree. Listen. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Hate crime, which is an act of treason amongst Americans. So
I agree with you. And listen, I ain't knocking it. You are absolutely right. I agree with that. But what's happening?
things break down the fabric.
Right. And then
It breaks down the fabric because you cannot go gun ho on one race.
Right.
Leave this race to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, and then call it justice.
Right.
That's not equal. That's not equal opportunity. That's not justice for all. That's not what Lady Liberty has them skills for.
Right.
It's always off balance.
But this is my point here. I understand what you're saying, but us as people, Black people, Native American people, people of color, minorities, well, we got to understand a lot of this is taking place in our community. Because not a lot of funding, not a lot of good schools, not a lot of opportunities. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on.
Part of genocide, man. You gotta realize when you're facing it, when it's in your face.
Now, I think you stretched it a little bit too far with the genocide part.
Also bigger on top of you that you're not gonna have a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta make your own way.
Right.
To make your way is by your surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's only one part of the village that's growing fruits and vegetables, then of course we got to go to that part of the village. If that part of
But they ain't going.
what are we supposed to eat?
All right, so that's what we doing. That's what they doing. They killing each other. I mean, we killing black. And they're like, come on, we doing it to ourselves. They put it in our community, and what we do, we take it and we use it against each other. Yeah, that's what we do.
The same way you talking about our African American communities, Latino communities, or everybody killing each other. What the fuck do you think the drugs is doing in the white community? They passing it around to each other and they fucking die.
Right,
So
but they ain't. But
they not doing it with a gun. They doing it with a drug.
All right, and I understand that. But what I'm saying, the shit that's going on in it's like it's not even safe for the kids. I'm looking at it more so for the parents, the kids, the mothers.
When
it's
the
like
narrative that you preach about so much switches on,
right,
and it really turns into one small situation
right,
that's everywhere. And I'm saying everybody's starting to be under the gun.
Right.
And I'm saying, are you going to blame it on the black community then?
I'm gonna blame
The
it.
black community fault when everybody go, because everybody going under the gun. Unless you really got that, your statute right.
Listen, me personally, I don't see the martial law going into play no time soon. No, I don't see that. What I do see is if Trump sends the National Guards or whatever guards he sends into Chicago, it's going to get a little goofy. I do agree with that. It's going to get a little goofy, but at the same time, people is not looking at what got us there. Why is this community like this? Why can't you walk outside without having to worry about losing your life? Why you can't go to the bus stop? Why kids can't go to the bus stop to get on the bus without having to worry about getting shot down? Just getting on the bus. Or why this person got to lose his life over a pair of sneakers? Why can this guy walk over here to this community to see his brother? You know what I mean? Because this block is ran by this person, and that's crazy.
Why can't a black man walk through a white neighborhood without being shot unarmed? Why? Because a black man can't drive a car without being snatched up and shot unarmed. Why?
But hold up, how is that making sense? How is that making sense to what's going on and what he's trying to do in the community? What he's trying to do?
Keep trying to subjugate
how?
Communities, and it's not
how?
communities.
We are the ones that's destroying each other.
Yeah.
We are the ones destroying each other. Yes, and I'm not disputing. No, I don't. Listen, I am
with them. It's like
I'm with them. It's not. No. We are a lot. Yes, we are. Yes, we speak. You listen.
What happened to that young boy walking through the neighborhood because he didn't look like he belonged there, but he really lived around the corner.
And I have spoken about. I have spoken about a lot of stuff like that. I have spoken about. Listen, cut it out. You can write. Listen, you can see. He's just going off the track of what I'm saying. He's painting a picture. What he saying? Hold on. What he saying? Some of the stuff. If you hear some of the stuff, what he's saying has and makes sense. But what he's doing is pushing a narrative into a situation to where, why I'm talking about what's going on in the black community. He's talking about why this black person can't walk. Because where's the violence at? Where's the majority of the violence is at? Let's start right there. Now, where is the majority of the violence coming from?
It's a lot of violence.
Where is the majority of the violence coming from?
It's coming from
where? Okay. And I'm not saying I'm not. All right. I'm talking about. Listen, I understand that. I understand that. It's not just us, but we're killing us. We're putting. We the one. We are so quick.
Okay. Aside from the gangs,
please don't talk about that.
Aside from the gangs doing what they do,
please don't start talking this into a religion. Please don't. Okay. Let's make up.
Aside from the gangs doing what they do,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Every time it was a community burnt to the ground or a mass shooting in or so-called so messed up community.
Right.
You know who did it?
Right.
Do you know who did it?
Did what?
Every time it was a Black Wall Street, it was an African American community.
Okay, and I understand. Right. And I agree with you. Right, and yes, it was. And still to this day, they use. And by the way, yes, he's talking about what happened in Tulsa. Back in the days where they, was Black Wall Street, where lies was being told, so they was mad. They went and killed and burnt down the whole community. Robbed and took their money, and now some of these. Tulsa was one of. It was somewhere in Tulsa. Yeah, they got one in upstate. It's a lot of places. But let me
got self-sufficient. They killed.
Okay. Let me. And now you know what?
Nobody talks about that.
All right. No. We can talk about that. We can talk because what you're saying makes sense and it's true. And it's true, yes, they burnt down and they use our wealth and our money to give to their folks and their families and to live off. We can't even get that money back that they took out of them banks that we had and they just divided it amongst themselves. Yes, that is true. You understand? That is true. But now in our communities, we're doing the most damage to ourselves. We don't support none of our black. We don't support none of our black businesses. None whatsoever.
None of
No, no, no. Oh, okay.
Not enough.
There's a
It's just not enough.
small percent that support their own community. They would rather run. They would rather run to another store. You know what I mean? That don't even like you, just but only because you spending money, they want to deal with you.
When you say not to cut you off, but when you say in today's fashion, bro, I'm not even thinking about the terms of black and white and all that, because it's not even that no more. It's so like this is America.
Right. It's a capitalist.
There's so many different ethnicities here. Yeah, this is a business. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not being ran in equal rights as a business,
and it's not going to be equal.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Then
see.
that's the
You know,
problem right there.
and then I agree.
Keeping the rich
Listen.
rich and they making the poor.
Right, and I agree with that. But as what I'm saying is this: do y'all feel? Please, people, help me out. Do y'all feel that Trump sending the National Guards in the Chi-Town, would that be a good thing? Would that help? You see what is going on in D.C. A lot of people's rights is being violated. A lot of things. It's good and bad. Good and bad. It's definitely deterring a lot of stuff that would have went on.
I will.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of individuals, rights getting violated, and he gave them that authority to go over and beyond your rights and my rights. So is it helping? Is it going to make Chi-Town better? But some people say if they come to Chi-Town, it's going to get goofy, real goofy. It's going to go to something crazy. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
You
because
know why?
Why?
Because you know what I'm saying, a lot of you know what I'm saying, pro-black, anti what you call it, anti-office or anti-official type people is grown there. Like you might as well say like where the Black Panther movement started in California. That's just like how it is in Chicago. That's how all them gangs were formed and landed.
But see, okay.
So then you go there and try to use and push your agenda on these people, they're going to push back.
Right. And so when you said that a lot of when you said, of course they're going to push back, but
what do you think?
Because nobody don't want change. Now everybody want everything to stay the same when they don't understand this world is moving in a change direction.
Right.
But let me say this:
when they kneeled on Floyd's neck and killed him, look at the outcome.
I understand that. See,
so then
right,
massive movement start again.
I understand that.
What's going to be the outcome? Because we not.
But see,
re-erupt.
Right.
So when you say it's not going to be no martial law, they just waiting. And if it's not some long peaceful program,
now if something happened like that, if something
the Brown team together because they deporting them to their families. So they look at it like overall.
But see, with the deporting, what's wrong with what's up with the portion situation? When the Biden administration was in, they allowed a lot of people in. Cool, hands down. But they didn't understand a lot of these countries sent the worst and allowed the worst of the worst leave the jails. Like, yo, go there, get out of here. You stay here, you're not going to live long. But go here, you can make something happen. And then when they got here, they got food. Bro. They was really psycho. And y'all see it in the news. Burnt the lady on the train in New York. Stabbed somebody. Like they did a lot of damage. So a lot of those countries sent the worst of the worst, along with the people that came here to better themselves, to better their community, and not so much better their community, but better their lives here in the United States. It wasn't right, but it's going on, and he's trying to send them back home. Like if you didn't get here properly, you didn't take the right road, you didn't buy his card, you didn't pay the 15 million, whatever it was, that card, whatever he said that comes along with that. You going back. Yeah. And yet I understand, he gave citizenships to white South Africans, you know, that was being treated bad, so they say. Um, yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, white and black, black and brown, blue and purple. I understand all that. But my thing is, what I'm saying is that what's happening in certain communities, because in certain communities, it's like you can't even like, oh, it's like kids really go outside, can't go to the bus stop. It's not safe. And even though, yes, there are some good people out there in Chinatown, some want to see that happen to curb a lot, and some don't want to see it happen because they don't want change and they don't want the violence to erupt. Because yes, it's going to get violent. You know, once they start, you know, violating people's right and getting crazy, it's going to get like that. It's going to turn to that. But we need to understand, like, what part did we play and how did we get here? Yes, he made a point about how they burnt down a lot of flourishing black communities, business owned. Yes, they did that. They did that hands down. They did that. Nowadays, they ain't doing it like that. They're using us to kill us. They're using us to tear down us. You know what I mean? They doing that. That's what they doing. And I understand what he's saying and how how he's going about what he's going about. You know, not I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about my friend. The point he was trying to make. Um, what do you think? Do you believe that that's a good thing? Do you believe that's something that will help the community, make the community better? Do you believe that? So just, give me your opinion, like, subscribe. This is SP Hustle Hard. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back. We outside. We're going to get a lot of people's opinion on what's going on and what's happening, and we're going to go from there. Thank you. SP Hustle Hard. Like and subscribe.